Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to do what's on the printer. So what I have here is a print and play from Minden Games, which I actually got off of the website, the War Vault. And this is Eindekker, Air War over France, Fall of 1915, a solitaire World War I war game. Okay, so pretty simple. The rules are roughly 14 pages. That includes your random events table, and then there's some ads, some other games in here from Minden. So all that printed out when I printed it. I did have an issue when I tried to print it, just like 1 or 2 pages, it wanted to print it. I couldn't figure out why it wanted to print it landscape like this and this wide, so everything was real small. When I printed the whole thing, it printed the way I saw it, like this, so I had to print the whole thing. I couldn't do it. I didn't get it back to back because I have some tables and other stuff at the back. Anyway, minor issue. It all worked out. I figured it out. So you have Eindekker, and Eindekker, let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Eindekker is a solitaire war game covering fighting in the air war over the Western Front in France in the fall of 1915. In this game, you play the role of a famous German fighter pilot, either Maxim Moment or Oswald Boca, flying a Fokker Eindekker E1. Play takes place over a period representing 1 week, with you aiming to dominate the skies over the battlefield. Eindekker was originally published in Panzer Digest number 8. I believe that was around 2009. This PDF edition, which I got, copyrighted in 2020 from Minden Games, and it cost me, it was on sale, and it was like $5.38 or something like that. It was less than $6, the cost of my paper and ink to print it. And so as you can see, it talks about, back up a little bit again, it talks about the components, setting up, sequence of play, random events, anti-aircraft fire. So you can see it's a lot of text, not a lot of pictures. A crash landing table, dogfights, and I don't know that there's a lot for me to keep showing you on all this text. There's optional rules, so we'll be looking at those. There's a gameplay example. There's some historical notes for reading here. And then we get into the random events table, where you roll for random events for things to happen during the game. And you can see that's a page and a half there. Okay, then we also got the information tables. So here's Eindekker. This is your damage table, your game tables and map card. This is your day, turns, and victory point table. Missions that you're on, skills, enemy plane types, all those good things. Okay, so this is a table you use, and then this is the game board. And you can see it printed out really nice. Enemy bases and targets, enemy territory, trench lines, friendly territory, and friendly bases and targets. So I noticed in the rule book when I was reading it a little bit, just remember, friendly bases, that's your Axis, that's the Germans, and the enemy bases are the Allies up here. Okay, French or British, whatever you're doing. Then there was about, I want to say 30 or so counters that came out. So what I did was I printed those, of course, print out, and I cut them out. And they have things like, they're going to be things like mission, combat patrol, or trench patrol, or trench support. So that's the 3 missions that you have. Now what I did was I cut these out, and then from some of my other print and play games, I had some left over of the MDF laser cut wood, and I really like these for my counters, and these fit on there nicely. So I used up what I had, but I came up a little bit short, so I ordered some more so that I could finish mounting the rest of my counters. Most of them are damaged counters that I need to finish. They have 3 Eindekker counters for the game. So you can see there's a Fokker, plain, then there's Boca and Emelman. So whichever one you're going to be. So you get those. And then there are enemy planes. So we have, let's see if I can get them all in my hand here, where you can see them all at one time. So here we have enemies, planes, and enemy 1, 2, and 3. So that's your enemies. There are victory points. So we have victory point times 1, times 10, and times 100. We have those. There's 2, but I only have one of them mounted right now. 2 gun jam markers. We'll have to get the other one mounted. There are 3 of these blue markers. So we'll see what they end up meaning here in the game. They are for gunner, initiative, low altitude, and ace. We have those 4. We have our day and turn markers. And then there are some damage markers, which I don't have. This is where I ran out of my blocks, so I'll get them all mounted, but some of them are repeats or different levels. So here we have engine hit and structure hits, and that's a value of 2, a pilot hit, and a structure hits value of 1, and then there's some that are value of 3. Okay. So fun little game. What I've read on it, once you play it a couple times, then the playthrough goes pretty fast. It's a nice, I think on Board Game Geek I read somebody reviewed it and said it's a great winter night game when you don't want to get out of the house, you just want to sit down and play a game. It does, the footprint, as you can see, is going to be very small for this, with this being your map board. And the it's on 8.5 by 11 paper in your game map, and then your rules sitting beside you in your counter. So very small on the footprint, but I will go through the rules, get a couple playthroughs in, and then we'll get it out here on the table, and we'll do some playthroughs of Eindekker. Air War over France, fall of 1915. I also read one of the guys compared it a little bit to Interceptor Ace, so we'll see how close that really comes out. But they really seem to like it with the few reviews that I was able to read. So, okay, well, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you know, once we get on the table, we'll have a little fun with it. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I appreciate you. And if you like the video, give me that thumbs up. It does help the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.